Cancers. So this is the third Cancer reading for the channel. I lost a subscriber. Guess that means I'm not doing very well. This is fun. I like to do this. I enjoy it. And, everyone's got their text. And I think for some people that can be tarot, and that's fine. It's not like shadow magic. You can use anything for shadow magic, but it tells a story. It's beautiful. It's just the flip side of that coin of science and medicine and logic and reason. The flip side of the same coin, not a different coin, is spirituality and the high vibe of religion and art and humor and ethics. It's like they're literally the same, the scientific principle translates essentially exactly into the, spiritual principle. Okay, so for Cancers. The cardinal water. What's going on with Cancer? Celtic cross, please. Yeah, just in a chunk there. Comes out, it comes out. Okay, this reading is messy, but sometimes that's how it goes. It's a Gemini moon, a little chaotic. I'm not going to re-pull the cards for that alone, and I'm trying a little bit of a new, different setup here, although not as pretty of a background. Okay, Cancers. Gemini chaos. So Cancers, the current energy right now is the Three of Pentacles, collaboration. So maybe discussing ideas or like getting together with people to talk about some sort of new resource opportunity or something, some kind of collaboration at work, or joining with other people to put together a project of some kind. The challenge right now is the Three of Cups. So maybe this like celebratory energy. It can also mean like a 3-person like dynamic, but in a celebratory way, like having fun with friends. That is like a challenge that is on top of this, partnership towards working on like your resources or a project together. So that's interesting. Sort of like the fun, the cup creativity, relationship energy is sort of acting as a challenge to the collaboration at work or in some kind of project. And both of those are 3s. Right now is the Gemini moon, which is the 3rd sign. So that's kind of interesting. In the recent past, you had the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about sort of like answering some sort of like divine calling. So like having gone towards whatever for you is some element of destiny that happened in the recent past. Now you're working on collaborating on some kind of a project. I suppose maybe related to this calling. This call that you took for your journey. And in the near future, you have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, which can sort of be about like either like financial loss or like the loss of an idea or the actual loss of the celebratory home itself. So feeling like you don't necessarily have all the resources that you want, and you don't have all of the family love and success and abundance that you had necessarily planned for. At least having that feeling is coming up in the near future. A lot of pentacle energy. Crossed by cups, which is, as a challenge, which is, that water nurturing, creative energy of Cancer and other water signs. In the above energy, your conscious energy, you are feeling kind of like the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, so more pentacle energy here again. This is about maybe having... trying to work on your home life balance, which is interesting because you have the present energy of the Three of Pentacles, collaboration and work with the challenge of sort of that celebratory feeling. So maybe in your consciousness, you are feeling like it's a little difficult right now to balance between work life and home life, or you're just kind of working on developing like a sense of financial independence. So like independence and wealth and resources for yourself rather than necessarily giving that out to everyone. So lots of like sort of like work, career, resource, money energy here. And I didn't even see this. In your subconscious energy, you have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So something like with your job, money, resources seems to be like very obviously happening for you here. But in your subconscious energy, kind of like what's sort of below the surface, is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, which is sort of like feeling like very perfectionistic about what you're doing. Doing your work and putting in the time with this Pentacles. He's carving out those Pentacles and keeping it moving and developing skills. But this can be about maybe like a sense of procrastination, or feeling like feeling like you're procrastinating essentially. Or feeling like a little slowed down in the work that you're doing, or being overly perfectionistic about the work that you're doing. So you're feeling kind of like Pentacles in the reverse, and then in your future is the Pentacle in the reverse, which can sometimes just be about giving those resources to yourself instead of necessarily seeing it like manifest in the material or abundant world, or working on those things internally so that you can figure out why everything is still feeling upside down. Your advice right now is the Queen of Wands, Leo season, the fire season. Your advice is to be in this confident fire feminine inspiration energy and rule over your domain with passion. So just bring passion to like whatever it is here that you're doing, especially whatever it is here that you're doing, which looks like something to do with career and finances and your sense of home, but in like the way of security. Just keep moving forward with confident feminine fire energy here with the Queen of Pentacles. The energy that's surrounding you right now is the King of Swords in the upright, which is working to let go of baggage. So it looks like you are putting in the work, or people around you are putting in the work of really trying to release baggage that might have been holding and weighing you down previously. The challenge right now is the Chariot in reverse. This is the Cancer card for Cancer, that Major Arcana card. This gives me a similar vibe a little bit as your below energy of the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know if I said Seven of Pentacles, but I know it's the Eight. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, kind of feeling like slowed down and like delayed or lacking energy, and not necessarily like moving forward with gusto and speed, and like that is like maybe not what you want. Especially this is your card. Why would anyone kind of want to feel the upside down of their card energy? But sometimes that's just what we're feeling, and that moves us along and evolves us to the next cycle. So you're sort of feeling like a lack of passionate drive moving forward, or fearful that is that's what's going to happen for you, is like a slowdown in this energy. And then the outcome of all of this is the Page of Wands. So more wand energy here, both your advice and the outcome of the situation, which is to move forward with new and inspired action. Moving forward with youthful, with inspiration. I say this as inspiration. So use that Queen of Wands energy, that's your advice, that, passionate energy, even if you're afraid of feeling like this slowdown of the Chariot in reverse, and you will find inspiration in whatever it is that this situation is that you're going through. And I just like to read energies about like what is the general vibe of this. I don't need to know the details. Also, I'm just like maybe not good enough to know the details like other tarot readers do, but just to like have a general energy of what's going on for you. And then if you think about that and it feels meaningful for you in some way, then it can be. So maybe feeling like a little bit, you answered some major call, thinking about collaborating, but like that homework balance is tough. Kind of, feeling perfectionistic about like the way that you obtain your resources, not necessarily feeling like you have reached that full 10 of Pentacles success at home and work and just a beautiful family life that you had so wished for. But the baggage is being released, and the advice is really to move forward with confident, fiery energy, and the result is a sense of inspiration. Fire season stuff, both as your advice and as your outcome. Can get some color cards for Cancer. Color cards for Cancer. These are pretty. Magic, mystery, and anxiety. I like showing the colors on these, and a couple of these I've not gotten before. I'm going to read anxiety first. When you're feeling anxious, it is usually because you are very worried about something that has an uncertain outcome. When this happens, we write a script in our heads, creating an outcome that is most likely far worse than the actual outcome. Try your best to stay in the present and not focus on events that haven't occurred yet. So maybe don't worry about whether or not this 10 of Pentacles is going to be in the reverse, and just like, maybe it's not going to be as bad as you feel like it could be. It's hard to see that anxiety card. Maybe that's a good thing sometimes. Have it happen without being so aware of it. Or focusing on it. Mystery. The mystery card represents the idea that it's okay to not have all of the answers all of the time. Embrace the various mysteries of life and let things happen and unfold as they need to. Surrender to the unknown. Yeah, so maybe there's like a picture of something that you want to have happen, but like maybe just surrender and see how it goes, because the answers that you could think are what's coming up is maybe not as bad as that. Or at least like worrying about it isn't going to help. Magic, I like this because it looks like an eye. This is also nice because it's a double column, Gemini moon, the twins. And this is nice because the nervous system is Gemini, and the eyes are really like the nervous system. Magic. Magic is real. It is the spark and the excitement that comes out of nowhere, the act of manifestation, or the feeling of creating something from nothing. It is all of these things and more. This card represents the need to acknowledge the magic and sense of wonder within your life. It's happening around you all the time. You just need to look for it. So, like, magic is here. And the sense of inspiration that seems to be driving you, like, that inspiration is magic. Like, life can be very dull and boring and everything. It's like, to feel inspired by, like, literally anything, that is, like, if that's not magic, then what is? And if it's not, then okay. So whatever. Sometimes just following inspiration is the answer. Okay, that's enough. And that is magic enough as well. And then whatever else is happening, the mystery and the anxiety of it, like that's very much attributed. I think of that as like the moon card, which is more like Pisces in nature, but still water energy, and also Mother Moon is domiciled in Cancer. It's the planet that is associated with Cancer. So I get sort of like the moon card vibe from this a little bit, but like there's magic even in the mystery and the anxiety. The cards here, you are on the road to success. Great worry over nothing, which we just got here with the anxiety card. Coins, money will be coming to you. So yeah, it looks like you're really like, you're working on your resources and you're letting go of baggage and you're moving towards inspiration. So like, don't worry about it. You're on the road to success and like money is going to come to you. So like that's as clear of a reading as I can get. That's why I like those support cards, because when, it helps really like show kind of what's going on in the reading. Not what we feel is not always what is, and I think that that's a good and important lesson for Cancer. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So this is nice because there's 2 full moons in Aquarius this season, because there was one right at the beginning of Leo season, so there's going to be one right at the end. Usually there's only one full moon in a season, the opposition of the sun sign. So show the world the real you. And this is, the water bearer. So Cancer is also a water sign. And I like these new moon cards that I got. So yeah, you're on the world to success, so just like be you. And it can be hard for water signs and Cancers, because so much sensitivity, we really can lose things by sharing stuff with other people. But sometimes you still just have to do it. You have to keep yourself safe, but like at some point you can't keep yourself entirely safe, and people don't like what they're seeing, then like that's just the journey. I surge on the uprising wave of love. Surging makes me think of passionate Leo fire energy, but also the Chariot card, Cancer, and on the wave. Cancer season births the water signs. So this is the first time I've gotten this one. This is number 5. I surge on the uprising wave of love. And love, all signs express love in a different way. But I think, Cancer is really like that big hug, the most obvious love. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. Today is the Gemini moon, the 3rd sign. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. That's nice. It's beautiful. Leo season, the burning. Raw, cooked, and burned. It unfortunately reminds me of seeing this video of these like mussels and clams getting like cooked up by the sun because with like climate change and stuff. And things really do come in 3s a lot in a lot of like different traditions and ideas and stuff. Okay. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her, and my soul is oneness with all of life. Answers her call. My soul in oneness with all of life answers her call, this recent call that you went through. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel the truth of her love and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. Greater forces of planetary movements affect us all. We experience day and night through the interplay of the Earth, Sun, and Moon. This is a profound and obvious effect. The movements of the cosmos affect us deeply, body and soul. Some movements are perhaps less obvious in form, but are just as great, if not more so, in effect upon our spiritual growth and life experiences. You are going through a cycle, or very soon will be, by which you will be moved by forces greater than your own personal will. This is a karmic period, a time during which the movements of greater planetary bodies will have an impact upon the Earth and humanity. This is the way of things, greater cycles affecting smaller ones. The smaller ones are not less important, but they do have to bow to the power of the great, in oneness with the magnificent unfolding divinity that is life itself. What we always have at our disposal is choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. This is to bring you sweet surrender and awakening into greater love with a delicious divine destiny. And how terrifying when we're actually thrown into the ocean and moved by it, its sheer power, its wild force. And its passionate dance with the Moon Mother, moon domiciled in Cancer, might have us fearing that we most certainly will die. The only thing that is dying here and now is your grasp, your attempts at control. Why? Because your heart is more powerful than your fear, and it wants to live in total trusting surrender of the unfoldment of life's genius. It wants to let life happen to it. What a wise intention that is. And as I get the Queen of Wands card got stuck on my elbow, so I feel like the Queen of Wands is what this reading wants you to know, is like move forward with that passionate energy. Why seek to impose a small and less interesting story upon life when the great master storyteller, Gemini moon right now, is weaving a fantastic tale of great love, great adventure, and sublime spiritual success? Don't try to swim against the tide of your own life journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. There are changes happening and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for accelerated life change. Your fear might be the reverse of the Chariot, but maybe what's happening is the moving forward, that passion. This is because you're ready for an accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther and faster. Right? So right now, the energy surrounding you is the paddling, but soon you're not going to be paddling because it's just going to be pushing you. Let yourself surge on with the energy of what is happening. Energy has been coming up a lot for Leo season. Leading with your heart, Leo season, and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright this lifetime. So let yourself surge on with that energy. Take this inspiration and keep it moving forward. This is just inspiration, you're guaranteed success. And if you're worrying about stuff, don't worry about it too much, because there's magic and mystery, and within that, there is also going to be anxiety, because how boring to just be bored all the time. And so don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Okay. Thanks for joining, Cancer.